we have to clean his cage and his cage. We also have to give him a bath because if we don't, like we have to do it not in the winter because if we don't, he like we only have to do it in the winter. I mean not the winter, the summer. Yeah. We get up to like pretty much every day. And when we let him run around in the living room, he just runs all the time. And he loves his veggies. When we feed him a food bag, he just shoves it in his mouth. and he also eats parsley and vegetables, and that's all. But we only clean his cage when we like pretty much when it's like really dirty. Cause he actually just checked it up. Yeah. We used to have to, but the other one. We don't. He already had it when we got it. Yeah. He goes outside.
So I got a hamster. His name is Hamilton Hempstead Hemington IV. He only sleeps under his wheel or in his house. Those are his two favorite spots. Yeah. Normally just these dry pellets, and I give him fresh fruit and veggies. Tomatoes, I think. He loves them. Yeah, I give him his wheel, and when I clean his cage, I let him run around the house in a ball. Yeah. I put him outside once, but he started digging, so I had to pull him back. I got him in April. So not that long. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. We don't really know. I just got him at Petco. Yeah. I haven't given him meat yet. I'm not sure. Probably. Yeah. He eats a lot. He loves to sleep, and he's really, really calm. He doesn't do a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Normally I just clean it when it gets really, really dirty, or when I feel like I need to clean it. So yeah. This is his cage. Yeah.
So he's somewhere in here, but he really likes to hide in there and burrow in there. So somewhere. Um, he's a Chinese black striped hamster. I've had him for 4 months.
So tell me what kind of things
I feed him fruit and seeds. That's what I feed him.
fruit and seeds. Oh, neat. I see that over there. So, what kind of things do you have for him to live in?
Well, like plant.
So I see like some mixed. Is that cardboard down there? What is the substrate in your tank? Is it paper you're bedding?
It's yeah. It feels like
Paper?
probably cloud fluff.
Outflow. That's cool. So why did you pick that bedding?
Because I originally got the idea of hamster from my cousin, and she had the same bedding, so I thought it would be good.
And you seem to like it.
Yeah.
So what's his favorite food?
We tried to feed him like vegetables and stuff, but he doesn't really like it. We just feed him his regular food.
Okay. He doesn't do veggies and fruit?
No, not really.
Do you ever take him out?
Yeah, I put him in his ball, and he likes to curl around everywhere in his ball. And my dogs like to stare at him.
Oh, really? Does he get along with your dogs?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So do you need to exercise him?
Yeah.
Yeah. How often do you think?
Well, he really likes to run every day.
Wow. So he probably takes long naps and then exercises?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Hi, Steve. Can you tell me about your pet? Where is he?
His name is Barry, right? Tell me about Barry. Barry likes to eat worms? Crickets. He likes to eat crickets. Awesome. Does he eat lots of crickets? Sometimes? Oh, look, what's the picture for it? Oh, okay. Barry likes to eat crickets and mealworms. And he likes to Barry sheds his skin sometimes, and then he eats it. What? Does he eat his skin? Oh, man. Oh, what about his eyelids? Oh, look at how cool he is. Oh, we're going to take him out and show everybody. Barry. You get him. Oh, there you go. Let's show everybody Barry. Oh, wow. That's so cool. Barry's pretty cool. He has all sorts of colors, doesn't he? Barry's a girl named Barry. That's fun.
And Barry loves you.
From your Joplin lizard? Oh, when you lived in Joplin. Okay, so Barry got his name from a Joplin lizard when you lived in Joplin. Okay.
That one's yours.
Does Barry change colors? No. Barry's like a rainbow lizard. Yeah.
She is really unique. So you've had Barry in here. Are you going to have more lizards, or is Barry the only lizard you want? The only one you want? I can tell you guys are best friends, aren't you? Do you take Barry out a lot? Sometimes.
all sorts of things in her cage, or her cage, I'm sorry, in her cage.
Barry has an umbrella. Does she ever sit in that chair? No. You have a drink in there, an umbrella.
Barry's got a good life, huh?
Oh, in the lawn.
Is that because Barry likes to hide?
There's like
Oh,
So, how do you keep it in the work? Back there. How about when you have
jeez, that's very smart.
so is Barry able to regulate her eating by going back and forth? Does she stay under the lamp sometimes? What does Barry do with the water? Does she drink out of it? Does she ever no?
the crickets hide behind her.
And then does she have to take or take out?
I have to pet them. And they also hide under
Oh, really?
the.
Do you have a bigger cage for
No.
This is her cage. She seems to like it a lot. And you have a plant too? Does she ever hide under the plant?
Yeah. He loves
Does she? Neat. Well, thank you, CJ. Thank you so much for doing it.
We did great. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job, lady. It's scary. See how well, it's scary out there, isn't it? I don't like people either. You like people? Ugh. We have to be on TV. Ugh. But they all came to see your guys' great critters. Look at all these cute critters. We have Frederick the hamster, Barry the female lizard. What was yours name? Hamilton. Was that a hamster? You had guinea pig, but yours name was Hamlet. And then we had gecko named salamander named Nessie. Okay. Whew. Man, there's a quiz afterwards. Is there a quiz afterwards? Yeah? Okay. You guys did great. The pressure's over. You want to go sit with your family, you can go sit with your family until we're done. Okay? You guys can go sit with your mom and dad if that makes you more comfortable. You guys don't get to sit with your parents because you're the older, wiser group, right? No? Should we make Becton go first? Or Bryn? Bryn can go first. All right. That's Barry. She's gonna go first because she hasn't done it before. So she's gonna show us how it's done. Perfect. All right.
Hi, so my name is Bryn, and this is my parakeet Luna. Pretty much just about parakeets. Their other name is Bunny, which is, or we have one more name for it. I don't know what it is. Parakeet is how people had referred to for the wavy lines that are found on their head and all over their bodies. They are usually found in more tropical areas, and they're very loud and lively animals. They're very social. So having a companion is it's like required, but it's highly recommended. She no longer has one, but it creates a stronger bond with the animal and their owner. Kind of on hygiene, I guess. You should clean their cage like every week, which I cleaned it before the show, but I cleaned it another time this week as well. And pretty much just clip their wings every 2 to 3 months, or just if you want your parakeet to be able to fly around, then just have their wings be not clipped. That's kind of what I have right now. Is she likes to fly around my room, so I have her wings not clipped at the moment. And then just like keep their water dishes and their feed. Make sure those are clean because you don't want them getting sick or like have certain bacteria. Same with toys. It's good to replace them every 6 months to a year. It's good to have a mirror in there because then they kind of just are able to look at themselves, especially if they don't have a companion. That's what she likes to do because it kind of makes her be able to see animals, or I guess other birds. Kind of how so she's a girl. Her name is Luna. I was able to tell because of the crease over her nose, which is just a fleshy patch, which is seen as her nose. It's not actually, but so it's light blue and white is how you can tell it's a female. If it's brown or pink, then it's seen as a male. She is just a blue-breasted parakeet, but they have obviously other colors. They have like green and white. Kind of her diet is obviously clean water every day, and then she has just pellet seed or pretty much just fruit or milk treats as a snack or like a extra protein boost. And then another added into the cage that you can have, it's optional, but that's what I have. It's a cuddle bone, which keeps not only their beak trimmed down so that they can eat things properly, but it also keeps their talons trimmed down so that they don't hurt themselves and or others.
So how often do you get her out of the cage? Is exercise and that sort of thing important?
Yeah, she usually comes out whenever I clean my room, so or just if she needs to be out. So probably at least once a week she comes out more, but at least once a week.
Are they a pretty friendly breed? You said like they usually want to have a companion.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she's pretty bonded to you too.
Yeah, so they're usually pretty friendly, but if they feel like they're stressed or in distress, like they'll puff up, which is kind of what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
But
I don't blame her.
they'll when they're distressed, they'll make this kind of alarm sounding tone, and so it's easy to tell when they're either stressed or just jerky.
How long have you had her?
This bird specifically, I've had for about a year and a half. I've had other birds in the past.
Neat. Can you give her another companion, or does she mate for life?
Usually they mate for life, but I can give her another one. Obviously be the same as her first one, but I
Sure.
can.
Very cool. So, and tell me more about her feed. Is there a reason you picked the feed you did? Is it?
So this feed specifically, it has extra protein in it, and it not only has, they like to kind of make out shells in their seed, so when she's home alone, it gives her something to mess around with. And so that's specifically why I chose this, but it also has fruit flavors in it, so it's extra.
And what about temperature for her? Do you have to do anything special to keep her comfortable?
Not really. She usually is able to regulate her temperature, but I keep her in the sun so that when it shines down, it keeps her extra warm spot just in case.
Neat. Great. Good job. Thank you. I think that's your pitch.
Hello, my name is Madden, and today I've brought in my red-footed tortoise. His name is Hilo, after the big city of Hawaii. So we got him about 3 to 4 months ago, and he is a very active tortoise, as you can see. He eats mostly vegetables in his diet. That's the biggest part. So greens, leafy greens like lettuce, iceberg lettuce, all that. And cucumbers, sometimes we'll give him fruit or protein pellets because he still needs his protein. And fruit is just like a little bit of a treat. He is kind of a picky tortoise. He does not like flowers. He only likes pansies that we put in his cage when he stomps on and eats them. So he is mainly found in South America off the coast of Trinidad and Barbados. So we bought him from a turtle store online called myturtlestore.com, and he flew here from Florida to here. So we clean his cage. We try at least to clean his cage once a month, and I help with some of it, most that I can do. He needs to have water so he can soak it. He has to have water so he can soak in it, but he doesn't drink it. He absorbs it. He is a very friendly tortoise overall. He needs his water to be cleaned like once a week, maybe. He is just, yeah. He does need a little bit of like out time, like in our backyard, just wandering around with a little pipe cleaner on his back to find him.
That's a good idea.
But he loves to eat a lot of things, trample all over his plants inside of his enclosure, such as pansies. We have some aloe vera in there, and we have one more. It's like kind of like a bushier more plant. I forgot the name. But overall, he loves to trample them and eat them more than he likes his food. He's he's a picky tortoise.
Is he?
He doesn't love lettuce. When we got him, he would not eat lettuce. So we tried to spice it up, put protein powder on it. Eventually he's come around to eat it, but he does not like dried flowers like the treats. He does not like those.
Interesting.
He likes to chew on rocks sometimes. He thinks they're food. I don't know. So overall though, he loves to be held and just loves to come out of his shell. He is not shy at all. All of the movies and TV shows show tortoises are very shy. They are very active animals, at least he is. He loves to be around people, he loves to explore. We have, in his enclosure, his main enclosure, we have 2 heat lamps. Well, not one heat lamp and one UVB rays. So that'll like project like the sun, if you would. And the other one's a heat lamp. Humidity levels, he has a lot where he lives. So he kind of lives in like a rainforest area. He has to have a 80% humidity and degrees, 80 to 90 degrees. And he is a tropical tortoise. He can adapt to any situation. That's why he's best for Wyoming. And he actually is. We cannot tell if he's a boy or girl until he's at least 5 years old. And overall, any questions?
Does he hibernate?
No, he is not a hibernating animal. He stays up all seasons.
Wow. So how does he handle the winters here in Wyoming?
We have not come around to winter yet with him,
Let
so
me know.
I'm curious. We got him like at the very end of winter. He handled it pretty well. We kept the heat lamp going a lot. He hung out in his like little den area, his bathing rock under that. He just hung out pretty much everywhere. He handles it pretty well. I think the cold window by him is a little bit much, so we try to close those, but pretty well.
So it sounds like you have a pretty big enclosure for him to run around in. Is it inside?
Yeah, it's indoor. When he gets bigger, though, we'll move him out. He gets pretty big, and he lives about 40 to 50 years
Wow.
in captivity. So he'll be here for a while.
Yeah.
But when he gets bigger, we will move him outside. Right now, he's just a yearling, so he will stay inside until he gets to that point. He has kind of like 2 areas. One is for like hiding and like when he doesn't want any light. We have a heat lamp over that. He likes to climb on his little log that hides under that. But he has a lot of rocks and a sunbathing rock kind of, and it'll help him like staying up on that. He'll get his body temperature to the right amount. So
Great. So is that important for him, do you think, to be able to regulate his temperature?
yeah, so he's not like humans, and he cannot just regulate it. He has to have some kind of heat like lizards. He has to be able to have that main heat from 8 to 9 degrees, or if not, he can get cold and he can get sick and die.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Great job.
My name is Becton Sillers, and this is my tiger salamander named Sally. We will get her out in a second. She's an amphibian, which means she spends some of her life in water and some of her life on land. When they're a year, or when they're live in the water, they look like oxalotls. because they have like the little gills that stick off their head. 2 weeks in, they get their front legs, and then 3 weeks in, they get their hind legs. And then as they move out of the water, they start to breathe through their skin, like mini amphibians. So that means that they have very absorbent skin, so they're susceptible to toxic poisons in the gas, which scientists call them environmental indicators. So if you see a lot of them, that means that there's a healthier environment. If you don't see any of them, that's not a good environment. Like many animals, they eat through their mouth, but instead of chewing, they use their eyes to swallow. So their eyes go back out of their eye sockets and down into their stomach, and they push the food into the stomach.
Pretty cool. Have you been able to see that?
Yeah, when we feed her worms, they eat worms, crickets, other salamanders. They'll eat anything that they can get their mouth on. We put rapashi on them, which is calcium, vitamin B, all the vitamins and protein that they need on their worm to eat. So then we can just feed them one thing. She doesn't get much in her diet besides the worms and the rapashi. Because Petco doesn't really have crickets. They always are out of them. Yeah. One more thing. Like, well, unlike many of the animals in the nature, I guess, they glow.
Yeah. She's had a long day. I'm sure.
Yeah, their bottom. Their bottom glows in the dark. Well, better in the dark. Hopefully. Yeah, their bottom glows in the dark. Their top just shines. They, yeah.
Do you know why that is?
Scientists are still figuring that out.
Very cool. So how old is Sally?
She's about 4, and they can live to
And how do you know that Sally is a girl?
because she has a shorter tail than most.
So would she be carnivorous, omnivorous, herbivorous?
Carnivore, and she has less swollen clavicle glands right behind her hind legs, and she has shorter hind legs than other ones. Yeah, questions?
So tell me about her tank at home, or her enclosure.
We have a platform that has dirt on it, so she can stay out of the water, and then it goes down into a pool of water that she can swim in and do.
Is she able to regulate her own body temperature?
I think so, but we only have one light, so she buries herself in the mulch, which is lead, so she can pull herself down easier, or she goes up this wall.
So she's from around here, right? Great, thank you. Good job. Tell me about your pet.
So my name is Libby Fehrenbacher. I'm 15 years old, and this is my 4th year in Pocket Pets. This is my bearded dragon captain. He's 3 years old. His scientific name is Pagona viticeps, and he's specifically a central bearded dragon out of 6 kinds of bearded dragons, and that is just decided by their colors and markings. So he is fully grown, and the average length of a bearded dragon from head to tip of the tail is 15 to 20 inches. He will live between 7 and 12 years old. I'm gonna put him, because he's really. So bearded dragons get pretty distressed sometimes when they're in a new environment because they have an incredibly good sense of smell. So I'm sure he smells all the cats around, all the other animals, and so it's cool to get him out for a little bit, but he is not super happy. So I'll leave him like that so we can see him.
He looks a little nervous.
Yeah. So in the wild, bearded dragons are endemic to Australia, which means they only live there. They like semi-arid climates like deserts and desert forest areas. He is semi-arboreal, which means he spends part of his time in the trees and part of his time on the ground. His tank mirrors that environment. He has several different perches and sunning spots, and then he also has some spots on the ground where he has room to run around and little hideaways inside his tank. He likes to not move very much. The most he moves is when he's eating crickets, which is a big part of his diet. So he relies on a 70% vegetable diet and 30% insect diet because he's an omnivore. So he eats kale, lettuce, or peppers every day, and he eats crickets or mealworms every other day. Usually between 5 to 7 bugs per day, because crickets and mealworms contribute a lot more to obesity than vegetables do. So they're his favorite, but he'll get pretty chubby pretty fast if he eats them too much. His tank is set up in a temperature gradient zone in the middle, and a warm side on one side and a cool side on the other. The warm side is between 90 and 105 degrees, and the cool side is between 80 and 85 degrees with the temperature gradient in the middle. If he's cold, he'll go to the warm side of the tank and expand his rib cage to create a bigger surface area for light to absorb into his skin and warm him up. And on the cold side, he'll go over there and open his mouth and unhinge his jaw to let as much hot air out as he can. So he is cold-blooded, so it's really important that he has that temperature set up to make sure he can regulate his body temperature. As far as tank cleaning, I spot clean every day. Just waste and dead bugs and things need to come out because that's where parasites and bacteria kind of invite themselves in, and that can go downhill really fast, especially because this is an environment that bearded dragons are not native to, so any little bacteria or something can be a big deal. And then I clean his substrate carpet once a month and wipe down his tank and his decor inside the tank with vinegar and water, because that is a safe disinfectant for their skin. It's very important to wash your hands before and after handling a reptile, because they are at risk from your hand oils, bacteria, anything you've got on your hands, and you are at risk from salmonella that they carry. So I'm always careful to make sure my hands are clean before and after I touch him. Some fun facts about bearded dragons: they have a third eye on the top of their head, in between their eyes, and about a 1/4 inch back. This eye cannot actually see, it only senses light and shadow, so that makes it easier for him to find a shadow to cool down in or a light spot to warm up in. It also alerts him to any predators or anything passing over his head. So if you pick up a bearded dragon, you shouldn't put your hand on top of their head at all, because they'll flinch and probably try to run away. He also has a Jacobson's organ, which humans have as well, but it is pretty much inactive in us. A Jacobson's organ is located in between the nose and the mouth. It allows him to smell when he is tasting. So if you see, and dogs have this too, so if you see a dog or a lizard or a snake or something licking the air, they're actually smelling, because it's much more enhanced than their normal sense of smell. So that was one of the reasons I could tell why he was nervous in here, is because he's licking the air a lot, and that probably means he's picking up on the scent of all the people and the cats and the other animals in here. So he is typically pretty friendly with me because I handle him enough. He's kind of grumpy, but he doesn't get aggressive, so he's pretty attached to me though, and doesn't really like other people to touch him at all, especially in new environments. He feels safe in my room, but not really around my siblings if they're being loud, or the dog or the cats or anything. So he likes to stay in his tank. It's important to provide enrichment for bearded dragons, because they are pretty active and they enjoy exploring their surroundings. So he has a bunch of different perches he can climb on, and he also has 2 little rubber ducks in his cage that he likes to climb on top of, push around. And as far as handling goes, it's important to hold him on a flat palm, and he usually enjoys it if you stroke down from head to tail on his spine, but not the other way around, because his scales go that way. So if you go the wrong way, it can cut you, and it can doesn't hurt him, but it makes him have a funny tingly feeling on his back.
Does he shed?
He does shed. He sheds when they're developing. They shed about once a month. Now he is fully mature, so he only sheds every 3 to 4 months. As soon as he sheds, he typically eats his skin to replenish the nutrients that he lost. He actually, I guess, figured out that it was fair today and decided to put on his best fair suit, because he shedded yesterday and today.
All right.
Yeah. So his skin looks extra vibrant and yellow right now, just because he just finished shedding. So sometimes they struggle to shed, and you have to help them out by soaking them in warm water. He enjoys his bath as long as it's quiet, but some bearded dragons also don't like that. So there are different alternatives to that. If you can use a spray shed shampoo, that can knock off some of the skin for him, because if it stays on too long, sometimes that can cause infections, and you don't want that on his skin if it doesn't have to be there.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Great job.
Hello, my name is Lucy Linden. This is my first year in Pocket Pet Show, and this is my chinchilla Chunk. He is a standard gray velvet chinchilla. He originates from the Andes Mountains in Peru and Bolivia. He is an overall rodent. His ears are completely hairless. This is one of their many adaptations to help them control their body temperature. So in my room, it's quite cold, And when you feel his ears, you can tell that he is also cold. We keep a nice blanket in there for him and his brother, Squeak. They love to run around. Their favorite food are dandelions. I feed them a mixture of healthy medicated feed with pellets, sunflower seeds, and all those good things. And then they are available to eat Timothy hay at any point in their enclosure. Their enclosure is about 2 by 4 by 4, so it's pretty large. It has 4 levels in it. They love to jump. The highest that they can jump is 6 feet. Yes, he is about 4 years old right now, and his lifespan is until he's 12. I am actually only watching them for this summer for my science teacher, so I got to do a lot of research on them and find that they're very cool animals. But yes, and he loves dust baths. He's not allowed to get wet. If he does, then he can develop pneumonia or mold in his fur. This can be very detrimental to them because they are susceptible to lots of diseases just because they're not native to Wyoming or native to colder climates. They also are a little bit scared at times. They don't love to be around a lot of people. I've bonded with them quite a bit over the summer. His whiskers are about 4 inches long and they range from 2 to 4 inches. He uses those just like a cat would to be able to find where he's going and what he needs to do. Some people trim their chinchilla whiskers and that's not okay because it can lead to them not having a sense of direction. His hair, he has 60 pieces of hair per follicle, where a human usually has 1. His tail is a lot more wiry to help him get that airflow and attraction. And yeah, he's overall a great animal.
So tell me more, what all kinds of things are in his cage to keep him busy?
Sure. So he loves to chew on things. He's a super big chewer. So he has wooden toys that are animal safe. And then he loves to jump around, so those 4 different layers definitely help him. They have ladders in between their layers, but they love to jump. I take them out quite a bit to let them run around my room. Their also favorite activity is to eat dandelions outside. So they love to go outside and just run around. I try to keep them active at least once per week or a couple more times with this busy schedule. Yes. And then they get dust baths every 2 to 3 days, and they also get their cage spot cleaned every day, and I clean it out twice a week, so Monday and Thursday.
So why are dust baths important?
Dust baths are super important because if they don't get that, they can't suffocate the mites that can live in their fur. And this is really detrimental because their fur is so dense that those mites multiply so fast, and then it can lead to the death of a chinchilla.
Are they more active during the day, at night?
So they are actually subscapular, so they're not nocturnal and they're not daytime animals. They're very active during dawn and dusk, so like 2 to 5 a.m. and then 12 to 1 a.m.
And does he have a favorite food?
His favorite food is dandelions or his Timothy hay, yes.
Okay. So tell me, what have you learned about their nutrition?
I've learned that it's very important to keep them well fed because that is how they keep their body temperature regulated to stay warm during the winter and cool during the summer. They usually tend to eat less during the summer because they want to lose that weight and shed that extra hair. And that their medicated feed is very important for their heart and lungs because they are smaller rodents and they're very susceptible to different diseases.
Great. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you.
Okay. Do all the kids that left to go back to their seats want to come back to their spots while we do, she decides her choices for best showmanship? As you can tell, these kids, it's hard with the mics, but these kids put a lot of work into the knowledge of these critters. I hope you guys all learned something. These kids learned all sorts of things, from diet to environment to exercise to temperature to how to handle them, the sex of them, how you trim their wings. It's quite interesting, and as a parent that has had a kid in the livestock and the dog and the pocket pet, I'm blown away by all of you for learning and everything you brought to teach everybody, and for standing in front of these people. It's hard, and all of you should deserve a big round of applause from everybody. It's not easy to be up here. For our Cloverbed kids, we have t-shirts to give you guys that you can take home. And then we will get ready for our little cute costume party here. Do you guys want to get your costume party ready for your critters? Those of you that have costumes? Okay, let's do that while she's doing that part. So if you had stuff to put up with your, so they had the theme of Hawaiian this year, and a lot of, because we're piggybacking with the cat show, we have the Hawaiian theme, thanks to Katie, our cat leader. And so the kids have the option to dress up their animals' cages, they can dress themselves up, and they can have a best in show contest with their costumes and their creativity with their pets. So go ahead and convert your cages and get them ready, and we will close up here in the next 15 minutes so we can move on to the cat show. How's that? Good? Any costume, sorry. You don't have to have just Hawaiian. Anything you want to dazzle up your pets with. Okay, we have our showmanship decisions made. So the pocket pets buckles are en route. So the kids that won the showmanship champion, you'll get a little flyer. And when the buckles come, Chandra or Emily or somebody at the office will call you, I'm sure, but we'll make sure we write it down too so that you get your buckle, okay? All right. You ready? Okay.
Okay, so we will do seniors. Okay, so first, Livy with Bearded Dragon. And Lucy. Great job. Okay, for juniors, Everly first. Second, Maxley. Moxley. Yeah, DJ. Okay, intermediate. First is Madden. Second, we have Becton. That one was really tough. These are all really, really hard decisions.
Okay, that's everyone. Yeah. Okay, so we have some fun costumes. Tell us about, oh. He is wearing.
Captain is a bearded dragon dressed as a snapdragon flower, and I'm his gardener. He'll let go of my hand with my gloves on. So, yeah.
Snapdragon. Bearded dragon dressed as a snapdragon. Very creative, young lady. Becton had something, but he didn't get it out. So we'll move on past him. Oh, I'm sorry, young lady. Okay.
He's dressed as a little flower from Hawaii. But he's a flower. He's one of those main ones that you'll find everywhere in Hawaii.
He is awesome.
Awesome. Nice work, young lady. And I'm pretty sure that Barry the lizard had a costume. No? No, she just has the beach theme. Okay. That's pretty awesome, though. And then?
Have a costume, so I just dressed him up in a little Hawaiian hair tie.
He's dressed in a Hawaiian hair tie. And he's all festive. Nice work. You have some, yes, you have some decorations, Hammy's home, and the Wheel of Faith. Nice work. And this young lady has quite the costume going on down here.
He's an apple and I'm Snow White.
He's an apple and she's Snow White. And he actually has an apple on him. You gotta take him out. Can you take him out and show everybody his apple costume? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I know we were supposed to have like best trick and all that, but we're kind of running out of time for the cat show and I don't want to delay everybody, but I love everybody's presentations. I think everybody here can vouch. You guys put a lot of time and effort into this. I hope you come back next year and wow us with more. Bring your friends and bring your costumes, okay? All right, you guys were amazing. Thank you, and thank you parents, and thank you everybody. Judge.
What do you think of?
Do you want the real story or do you want a made up good story?
Your sister beat you up? Okay, what's the story?